everyone. It's time for our daily rev. It's my daily revelation. And what am I going to say today? This one's going to be quick because I always say that and then it's like never quick. But I just wanted to bring up the topic really fast about children and fitness and food because a lot of you are becoming aware of what you're eating, your activity level. I love it. You're up and moving more. And guess what? You have little eyeballs watching and absorbing your every move, everything you do. Even if you have like teens or your kids are older, maybe your kids are in their 20s. But your kids are watching you. And it's really important to get this message out. And we talk about this in the beginning instead of like waiting later and I save it for like a training later. But just know, even if they act like they don't care or they're annoyed by your healthy choices or they're like, why are we eating this? Or why can't we stop and get fast food after you become aware of it? And you're like, no, I'm going to start making better choices for me and my children. And kids, they're still your kids, even if they're in their 20s or their teens, especially. My oldest likes to act like she's annoyed by me sometimes and like, oh my God, are you working out? Like she fully knows that, like, I gotta swipe that up. She fully knows that, that's what I do. It's who I am. Right. But she still likes to like make her comments and stuff. And I had this discussion with my hairdresser today about just kids and parents and video games and eating and all of that. So, and I was like, that's something I definitely want to make sure I bring up and talk about really quick. So just know that they're watching you. They're absorbing everything, even if you don't feel like they are. And you're like, my kid isn't paying attention. They are. So when you become more health conscious and fit and working out and you're aware of it, it's really, really important that your children see balance. Okay? It's really important that they see and know the truth about what you're doing. So don't ever use the word fat. Don't ever use the word skinny. Don't ever use the words losing weight. Mommy's losing weight, or I'm trying to lose weight. Never even say the word fat and never say the word skinny. Those are like the three big things to just like stay away from and avoid. You want to inform them that when you're eating certain foods and you're making better choices that, this food is fuel. And mom's making this choice because this is what's going to fuel my body. Don't use words like, God, I'm getting so many alerts. Don't use words like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to I got to get rid of the stomach. I've heard some pretty traumatic things come out of parents' mouths to kids, like even in the grocery stores. And it was all I could do to not say something. I'm very honest with my kids. A lot of parents are, especially with females, they're very afraid to talk about certain things because they don't want to give them the idea of a bad body image disorder or, put the thoughts of eating disorders in their heads and stuff, which is good. We should be mindful of that. However, sometimes it's doing just as much damage when you're not being honest with your kids. So I have open conversations with my kids about activity and just making sure that we're not sitting all day, that we're getting up and moving. Why? Because it's good for our brains. It's good for our bodies. It's good for our fingers and our mind to work together. Not, you need to get up and burn calories because you were sitting all day and you got nothing done. Or if they had a hard workout, I'm reminding them this is why you're going to eat this chicken for dinner, because it's fuel. Everything that you just did my younger girls do Taekwondo. You just got done doing an hour and a half of Taekwondo. Now it's time to refuel. And you're not going to fight me on it either. We often have to remind ourselves that we are the parent. We decide what our children eat. Are they going to kick and scream and throw a fit even if they're 13 years old? Yup. And I don't care. My kids learned very early on that temper tantrums do not work with anything. So even when it comes down to food. But know that they should see and hear conversations that are healthy for them. If you need to vent about, oh, my progress is too slow, or, oh my God, I got to lose this belly fat, vent on the page, vent to your husband behind closed doors, make sure they don't hear those conversations because it's not healthy and they don't need to hear those types of things. But they need to see you, and this may shock some of you what I'm going to say, they need to see you work out. It's really important for them to actually physically see you work out. So that's why home workouts are good sometimes. And we're not just always disappearing to a gym and they're like, okay, mom's working out. It's really, really powerful for your kids to actually see you lift weights and actually sweat in the living room in front of the TV or, you know, doing your sit-ups or something. And they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? I'm building muscle under here. Mama's getting a six-pack. I'm building muscle. Not, I'm trying to get a flat stomach. I got a gut and I want these pants to fit. You know, no, I'm building muscle. Make sure you do something that they see. That's really, really important. So like today, if you watch me on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me go out to the garage. I knew today my time was going to be limited with my kids because I had to go to LA and back and stuff. Had an audition. So I made them come out here with me. Did I need the alone time and I wanted to do my legs by myself? Hell yes. But A, I wanted to spend time with my kids, and B, it's important for them to see me because I do work out at a gym a lot and they need to see me pushing and pumping and, you know, breathing hard and doing all that. On the flip side, this is the part that's probably going to make some of you think and be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. It's also important for my kids to see me enjoy ice cream and cookies and not say no to dessert sometimes. So be very aware of that too. If your kids are always seeing you turn down dessert, they're going to stop and look down at their dessert and be like, mom's not eating hers. Should I not be eating mine? You know, and kids shouldn't have to worry about that. Like they have their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s to worry about that. Make sure they see you eat dessert, even if it's just taking it and you're taking, I say, a polite bite and a thank you bite. But I always make sure my kids see me eat dessert at a birthday party or, you know, if we're at BJ's and they want like a Pizookie for their grades or birthday or something like that, I'm getting in on that shit. You better believe it. Because one, I love dessert. I love cake. And if you know me, you know cake is my kryptonite. And two, they see the balance. They're not just always seeing me eat salads and healthy and chicken and broccoli. They're seeing me eat the fun stuff too. So it's teaching them balance. It's teaching them to know that like, mom works out really hard. Mom also loves cake. Okay. And they get to witness the balance. So be aware of that. Know that kids just shouldn't always see you making healthy choices. It's okay for them to see you eat unhealthy choices too, every now and then. And remind them, it's balance. Yeah, mom works really hard, but I like treats too. It's balance. It's just balance. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps all of you. If you jumped on late, scroll to the beginning and watch from the beginning. But I was just, when I was talking about this with my hairdresser, she's, you know, hairdressers, they see and know and talk about everything. And she was just saying how like she has these very overweight clients who have kids who are now overweight. She's watched them over the couple years, you know, grow up and they're becoming overweight and they are addicted to video games and they sit there all the time. And the parents, she was telling me how this parent is always like, they just need to get off the thing and go outside and play. And my hairdresser was like, I was thinking to myself, they're not getting up and going outside and playing, but yet they're yelling at their kid to do it. And I'm like, bingo. So we have to model the example. We have to model what we want our kids to see us do. We can't yell at them to get up and go out and play if we're not getting up and going out and playing and being active. And if you're going for a walk, tell them, hey, I'm going to go for my walk right now. Just going to get up and move my feet, work my muscles and my legs because they're sore from legs day. Something like that. But we will talk about this a lot in the group because what we're doing and how we're changing ourselves affects the entire family. And the more of a positive effect we can have on our family, the better.